right, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived here at the Kennedale Speedway Park, located in Kennedale, Texas. Pretty sporty looking bull ring. We are just outside of Dallas in the northern part of the state, and I believe this is the first trip ever for the World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series and the greatest show on dirt to this facility. Fans are just starting to roll in. The pit area is back that direction, and I think we have over 40 410 sprint cars. So with that and kind of a unique track and surface here, kind of the shape and how it banks up and then shelves off, and how wide it is in spots, and then also it's tighter in others. Like, I think we got a lot of potential here to put on a really good sprint car race and just an overall good show. Now for the 18T, this is our first race of 2024. We mainly just want to get out here, see what our cars got, work on it throughout the night, and just have a good run to build off of for the rest of our season. Been itching to get behind the wheel. Just, you know, I hate the waiting around part of it. We built our cars, we got them ready, and now it's time to get out there and go fast. Shortly after firing the 18T for engine heat, the track and the Outlaws ran into a major problem. Kind of a crazy situation. So I guess the transformer in the infield here blew up or started catching on fire or something crazy while they were packing the track. So all the lights went out, or some of the lights I should say, and they just brought some of them back on. So they went to get a generator, which I guess there will be a generator showing up here in 30 or 45 minutes. And in the meantime, they're gonna run the sport mods, and then they're having us come up and look at the track and see if we think it's, you know, not dark enough to basically qualify and run our hot lap sessions. So kind of nuts. That doesn't happen too often. This poor place, I know they got rained out a couple weeks ago for both their nights, and now they were able to get a date back. And then now we have this fiasco where, like I said, they need a generator and lights aren't working and it's dark, and got all these fans sitting here that paid all this good money to come watch racing, and we're not going yet. And on top of that, I mean, I'm no meteorologist, but it feels like it might rain soon. So the weather doesn't show it, but you never know in Texas. So we'll see what happens. So we just made our first laps of 2024, and we're on an interesting surface. Racetrack is super wet. This place is a tight little bull ring. A lot of guys are bouncing through the corners, kind of getting that weird right rear hop, biking up. A couple guys even balled it up in qualifying. Just one of those really small, tight, you got to be on the gas, but you also got to have your car free so it can rotate. Honestly, in hot laps, I probably didn't drive it super hard. I just wanted to make my first laps and see what my car was going to do. Immediately I was too tight. We came in, made some changes, and my car balance wise was good in qualifying. I just didn't have the speed I needed, and I think some of that was probably my right foot, and some of it was we probably could have had a different gear. I think we just might have been a little gear bound, and the engine needed to scream just a little bit more, which also would have freed up our car because we're still on the verge of just being a little bit tight. So now we're going to roll out for a heat race. Not a very good qualifying run. I think we were 15th or 17th in Flight B. We're not close, but we're also not crazy far off. Everyone's just a couple tenths. You know, a couple tenths jumps you towards the top 5. So we're going to finish making some adjustments to the 18T, climb back in, and try to make some ground here in this heat race, but also be careful. The racetrack's going to be narrow and difficult to pass, and we're going to be coming from row 5. You probably saw that smoke and small fire there in the heat race, and that's actually a little bit normal. That was just a little bit of oil overflow that got on the headers and, you know, ignites for a second and then puts itself out as we continue at speed. So we just wrapped up the heat race, started 9th and finished 8th, passed one car. It kind of feels like a disappointing start to our season, but definitely trying to not look at it that way. This is my first night back in the car. We're at a very difficult racetrack. It's rough. Right there it was kind of single file around the bottom. We literally been working on just trying to get our car free enough where I'm starting to feel more comfortable to be able to drive it harder without feeling like I'm going to crash. And I actually don't think our car balance is bad at this point. It's just once you start behind everyone, you know, it's difficult to pass, and I just think I need to clean up some of my driving. You know, like I said, probably feeling a little bit rusty right now, and we're on a little bull ring, which is probably one of my more weaknesses. So I just got to keep making laps tonight, and then eventually, you know, we're going to put it behind us. We're going to have a B main event up next now. Like I said, another chance just to go out there and make more laps, get me to feel more comfortable and confident in my race car. I don't think we're going to make any crazy changes besides dump some fuel in it and see what happens. The track's going to continue to hopefully get wider, but right now it's a little narrow, and yeah, it just kind of is what it is at this point. So we're going to scrape some mud off the car, you know, maybe tweak some things barely, and then roll back out. After the incident on track and getting to the work area, my team and several others did a good job getting me back out. Unfortunately though, my car was still not 100%, so I wasn't really able to do much once I got back on track and ended up finishing in the back of the B. So just got changed into my normal attire. Our B main was pretty much over there before it started. Made it down into turn 1, car on my inside, kind of just got in there and clobbered my left front. Luckily, it didn't do any crazy damage to me. It actually got them more. They, I think, took a tumble. For myself, it just, you know, tore up my top wing, tore up my nose wing, messed up the drag link. So we came in the hot pit and got all that fixed up. Just a bad deal. Just wanted to make some more laps there in the B. Of course, if we had the chance to transfer, our goal was to move forward, you know, 4 spots and try to get that. But it was one of those things that, you know, like I said, just trying to make some more progress and, you know, learn a little bit more about our race cars. The track was kind of wearing in. Unfortunately, though, we had to go to the work area, then go to the back, and the car was just never really the same after that. So I'm gonna go watch the feature now. I think they're just getting ready to go green and see what this, you know, just try to learn from the stands. But definitely a disappointing night, but glad that it's over. And, you know, night number 1 of 2024 is in the books. Well, and just like that, our first night of action of 2024 here at Kennedale Speedway Park with the Outlaws is a wrap. Not really a lot to say from tonight. You know, how I look at it, it was just kind of a starting point for our season. You know, came out here, and of course as a racer, you never wanted to say you're out here making laps or anything like that. But seriously, you know, we have a little bit of a different package this season. We really wanted to just kind of get rolling, put our car in a circle, see what it was going to do, and literally start here and now work upward. And then also kind of with what we were thrown, you know, this place being very tight, kind of small, it was really fast, a little bit rough. It's hard to kind of get in that good rhythm, especially when we got behind in qualifying like we did. So from there, we were just kind of, you know, trying to make the best of the situation. But in general, Kennedale, this is a cool facility. You know, I think the racetrack, as I said earlier, has a lot of potential. It's just kind of early in the year and the ground's probably still a little soft and it's still raining here off and on. So I think these guys really did the best with what they had, and, you know, really cool to see a big turnout with over 40 410 sprint cars. So we will begin our season with that, and now we have many more races as we continue to, you know, work on our speed, work on our balance, and just work on our overall team. So we can't wait to bring you guys along with us for the journey. We will see you all in the next one as we continue this trip throughout the Midwest for the season. Thanks to all of our partners and great fans for helping make it happen. We could not do it without you. See you in the next one. Deuces.